every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Atomic Friends.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Me, Noodles! Welcome to the Atomic Friends Tales of Arise review. My friends and I have played Tales of Arise and will be giving you our thoughts and opinions on the game. Tales of Arise debuted in September of 2021. It is the newest entry in the long-standing Tales series, which began with Tales of Fantasia in 1995. The Tales series has found itself on nearly every major platform, from the Game Boy Advance, the PlayStation, and even the Xbox 360. Tales of Arise was developed by the Bandai Namco Studios, and we played this game on PC using the Steam platform. This game is an action role-playing game similar to the other entries in the Tales series, especially Berseria. Tales of Arise saw a multi-platform release on PC, the modern PlayStation, and Xbox systems. Thank you for coming, and now for our review. Thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's me, Osimo. I'm going to talk about the story a little bit. I guess in brief, the story moves nice and fast, gets right into the action, and that is something that I, a busy puppet, can appreciate. I only have so much time available for gaming, and I also appreciate that they appreciate my time. So as far as the story goes, you play as Iron Mask, this cool guy who also has amnesia, and you are a Danon that is these oppressed people. A couple hundred years ago, the Ranin came and kind of jacked their civilization. They're from one of the nearby planets, technologically superior group of beings, and they enslave everyone. And long story short, they're harvesting their energy and just oppressing them. Making them suffer for the sake of suffering, and taking that suffering and converting it into energy. In the first couple minutes of this game, you meet Xion, the girl here, with the fiery master core coming out of her chest there, and Iron Mask reaches in there and pulls it out, and pulls out this burning sword that is like a mega weapon, a pretty overpowered weapon whenever you get to use it. My man is like the only one who could wield this sword. He doesn't feel pain, and Xion can heal him, so they're kind of paired up because of that, and they're inseparable, even though they're from different worlds, literally different species, even though they look alike, seem to be all humanoid. But they're bound together by this master core, which these Renin lords all have master cores too in different regions of the planet. Tales of Arise has a very, very good pacing. It's one of the better pacings from a JRPG I've seen in a while. Tales of Graces, for instance, you have that whole childhood arc there that is like 3 hours long or more, depending on how you play. And that just takes forever. And so yeah, this is a great improvement on the Tales series. The characters in this story are pretty likable and are introduced well enough. Shion was a little bit of a jerk at first, but they give her a good backstory to justify her thorny demeanor. And Iron Mask is he's a decent lead character. I love when you play a JRPG and you get a non-silent protagonist. I'm so burned out on the silent protagonist. It's too much. But aside from that, he does suffer from the typical video game and anime character trope of being an amnesiac hero or a character with amnesia. I mean, really, what is the percentage of people that actually suffer from amnesia in our society outside of the video game world, anime, or Spanish language novellas? Generic anime trope characters aside, they're found in most, if not all, the Tales games. And in Vesperia, Berseria, 2 of the 3 modern titles, I feel that those generic characters meshed a little better than here in Tales of Arise. But not that I'm knocking the game too bad on that. The characters were pretty decent. A common thing in the Tales games are the skits, the character interactions outside of the cinematics. They weren't bad. I thought they were pretty cool. They were not quite the level maybe as the 2 newer Tales games, but I'm not going to knock it. Though this is one of the divisive changes in this game, and that's to the skits here and the style in which they are displayed. Honestly, I like personally the comic book style that they use here in Arise, but that's just a subjective opinion. I like the old skit styles, like in Vesperia and Berseria. I like the graphics in this game. The graphics in this game are really nice. I mean, I would say they're amazing. I dare say the graphics are stunning in this game. I really love this style. The color is so rich. It's almost oversaturated, which I really dig with this style, and it suits it perfectly. Yeah, I would love just kind of looking around, just looking at the scenery, sometimes just being in awe. It's late at night playing, just taking in the view. It's really, really beautiful. Even the stinkiest dungeon and the most flowery sewer that your characters find themselves in, it just looks amazing. I love it. I think they really went out of the way in the graphics department. And yeah, even the gameplay is just gorgeous in this. I love fighting in this game. And Tales games are usually pretty good battles in the Tales game. I always love their battle system. Arise feels like a strong evolution to the combat systems of the previous games. One of my major complaints with the gameplay and the game in general is the amount of cutscenes and breaks in the action. Every time you walk into a new area, there has to be at least 2 or more cutscenes, and it really pulls me out of the game sometimes. It's something that's endemic to JRPGs, and maybe it always has been. And don't get me wrong here, this is not Final Fantasy 13 level bad, but it's pretty often. To play devil's advocate here, also, when the cutscenes, when they're good and dramatic, they're great. And on another note, I really enjoyed boss fights in this game. They provided a bit of a challenge at times and gave me a really good sense of accomplishment when I finally defeated them. The one little mini boss fight you see here, it really gave me a go. It took me a while to kind of get my legs in this one. And while I'm mentioning things that I like, I wanted to mention a couple of side actions in the game that we all found pretty cool mechanics and really fun. One in particular, I found that cooking was actually a useful mechanic in the game. I actually used it more often than not. And my favorite side quest, definitely the owl hunting quest line, and pretty cool little rewards and funny. I really like the owls and the weird noises they made when you got near them. It was pretty cool.
So in the background here, we've had some gameplay from a little mini boss fight here in the flowery sewers here, and you get to kind of see me. This is towards the end of the fight. You can see me getting. I'm not getting my ass whipped that bad right now, and I'm starting to figure out how to get spell casting with Rinwell, and kind of just utilizing Alphen, aka Iron Mask, how to utilize his attacks. Early on in the fight, I was getting pounced upon by this giant guy a lot because I just, for whatever reason, I wasn't picking up on the cues whenever he would preempt, and then now he's setting off his poison arts here. I just nailed him with fire, and that's really that really tears into him. And I finally figured out not to A, get poisoned, and B, to properly hit him with elemental attacks. Yeah, I think I dodged that one. I was really getting pounced on a lot. Yeah, he's getting low on HP, so he's going balls to the wall on us here. And like many other games, you'll have the little cronies show up, and you usually it's in your best interest to take out the riffraff first before attacking the main boss. And right here, I love this coming up. Yes! I love that. And for the finisher, no less. Pretty sweet. So the next thing I want to talk about here, let's get into the music. The music has a real orchestral feel overall, and it's not too overwhelming. Every region in the game has its own specific setting, different biome, and it has its own music, and I like that. Everything has its overall aesthetic that just adds to the whole. There's really a big deal feel here that is added by this level of musical creation. It is something that the old golden era of Square games nailed with creating a sonic narrative to fit the theme and situation of various moments. Something that is often imitated but never duplicated. And I'm not saying it's duplicated here either, but they really put up a good go here. They give it a good try. And the last thing I want to speak on is about the voice acting, and I think it's pretty good in this game. The lead roles, they're all pretty solid. I can't think of off the top of my head anyone that I dislike. And it's one of the more natural sounding groups as far as Tales cast goes, at least to these furry puppeteers. And now here's a little example of some of the voice acting in one of our more dramatic cutscenes here. That's pretty early on in the game, so spoiler alert, but this is within the first 10 hours, so.
I think it was because he wasn't willing to abandon you. If you know anything, then tell us, please.
I don't know where they're keeping my dad now. All I've heard is that they're going to publicly execute him in the plaza in front of headquarters.
Execute?
Thank you. You did the right thing.
Why are you so determined to help my father?
Zephyr is the reason I took up the sword. He taught me how to think for myself. And I want to learn more.
Hello, everybody. Back for our overall review now. So yeah, we enjoyed the story as a whole and loved the interactions between the characters. Tales of Arise is another jewel in the crown that is the Tales series. We give this game overall, an overall quality, 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, of course, out of 10. If you should play it, buy it, spend any of your time on it, then the Atomic Friends gives it 4 thumbs up. That's a thumbs up apiece for the 4 of us. That means if you see it on sale, definitely snag it up. Especially if you're already a fan of the Tales series. And if you are a mega fan of the series and you haven't already picked it up, and you can't wait for a sale, maybe you should buy it. Because the odds are that this game misses with a hardcore Tales fan, well, that's pretty slim. Pretty slim, because this one's pretty good. So, we at the Atomic Friends are always playing games, and we're going to bring some more reviews in the future. We are currently living out our Fast and Furious dreams in Need for Speed Heat, and we'll be bringing you a late to the game review of that game shortly. I said game like 1,000 times, but whatever. What do I care? Anyways, give us a like if you enjoyed the review. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't, and if you don't like puppets. And just remember, they probably hate you. They probably hate you too. It would give you a thumbs down. Yeah. Oh, anyways, subscribe, hit the bell to get updates on new reviews by us here at the Atomic Friends. Goodbye! Wow! Just remember, they probably hate you too. Oh yeah, they might hate you. They might not like you at all.